What is going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a great week. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Black Apino, the Apple Guy, and today I'm going to do a short tutorial on how to use an external hard drive to back up your Windows device. And this is going to pretty much work for any Windows device out there right now, which is currently Windows 10. So as you can see right here, I am using my Surface Go, which is also a Windows device. And what we're going to do is, the first thing you're going to have to do is one, make sure that your external hard drive is set for the NTSF format for backing up your hard drive. So basically what happens is that if you're buying a new hard drive for your Windows device or your Mac, you have to format it depending on which OS you're running. If you're running Windows, it has to be an NTSF. That is the default for Windows devices. Typically, if you're buying a brand new external hard drive and you connect it to your Windows device, then you don't really have to do that. But say you're buying, or say you already have a current external hard drive and you want to use that external hard drive on your Windows device, it's pretty simple. There's actually two different ways of doing it. The first way, which is actually the easiest, you can just simply go into disk management on your Mac device, and what you do is once you go to disk management, you simply would just click on your external hard drive, which is typically going to be in your disk. You basically would go in your disk utilities, which would be in your Mac device, and you would simply just click on that, and then from there you would go and select your hard drive. And then what happens is that when you select on your hard drive, there'll be 5 different icons up at the top of your Mac. It'll say first stage, partition, erase, and restore. Basically, you're going to erase it, and then once you're done erasing it, you have the option of formatting it from the Apple device or from the Mac, and then use that again on a Windows device, or formatting again, continue to use the Mac again. So basically what you're going to do is, if you have a Mac and you want to use that external hard drive on a Windows device, you are basically going to erase your external hard drive. And once it's erased, what you want to do is you're going to format it from the Mac to work with Windows. And all you have to do is you go in, and when it says to format it to, you basically would just type, you basically would select the NTSF option, and then it'll basically just format it for that function. Then you simply just eject it or remove it from your Mac and then plug it in to your Windows device. Another way of doing it is to do it directly from the Windows device itself if you want to do that. And I'm going to show you how to really quickly access that. So we're just going to go into your Windows Start button, type on that. And actually, there's another way of doing it. It's actually an easier way. Tap on the type here to search. You type on that, and then you're going to type in disk management. So the best match would be create and format hard drive partition. So you're going to click on that, and then it brings you to this screen right here. And this is basically all the external drive. This is the hard drive and everything that's basically connected to your computer. So as you can see right here, right there is my my micro SD. This is, oh, I'm sorry, actually that's my current hard drive on my Surface Go. Right here where it says Surface Go, that is actually my micro SD that I use, or more should I say that I have been using as a backup. And what we're going to do is I'm going to plug in my external hard drive, and it'll register on my Mac as I have already formatted it for Windows. And as you can see right here, file system, you want it to recognize the NTFS format. So I'm going to click this in my external hard drive, and then what's going to happen is that it's actually going to show this in here. As you can see, it shows it here. So basically what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to type in my passcode really quick, because I do have my external hard drive locked. And once I am done with that, now as you can see, it registers my external hard drive. And as you can see right here, it is labeled Samsung SSDE, and as you can see, it has been formatted to the NTSF. Now, if you want to do it this way, you simply would just plug in your external hard drive. You would right click, and then you have it right here where it would say format. You highlight that, click on that, and you can rename the external hard drive whatever you want. And then the filing system would be the NTSF. And then once you do that, you basically just leave the perform a quick format By default, you just leave that as it is, hit OK, and then it basically reformats your hard drive. Now, once all that's done and you've gotten formatted and you followed all the instructions for Windows, basically just either going to reconnect your hard drive or it'll already be formatted and you just leave it connected. What you do is you go back into your settings, under Start, you go into where it says Settings, and then from here you're going to go into Update and Security, and then from there you would just simply click on your backup, and then from here you can either leave your backups, you can either leave it on to automatically back up your files, or you can turn it off and then manually do it yourself. I usually tend to leave it on automatically because it's just on by default. I usually just turn it off if I feel like wanting to do it manually, but either way it doesn't really matter. If you want to do it manually, then you can click on More Options, and then from here it shows you exactly the overview, the total space on the external hard drive that you will be using to back it up. It will tell you when the last time was backed up, and then you can have it back up your files depending on how you want to do it. By default, it's every hour. Again, it depends on if you keep your external hard drive connected to your computer at all times. I only do it. I only connect to it every once in a while. So typically, I would just leave it on the daily. That way, I can decide if I want to manually do it or not manually do it. Again, that's really up to the user. Even if you leave it on daily, you don't have to leave it on daily. You can just leave it there, and then when you connect your external hard drive, you just come back into the backup settings, and then you just manually back it up yourself. And then under the options where it says keep my backups, you can either keep them up forever. You can keep your up to a month. I mean, you have a lot of options, or until space is needed. So typically, I just leave it on forever because this is the default for it, and then you just leave it as it is. And then after that, you can select which files you want to back up. So if you want specific files, then you basically would tap on the Add a Folder, and then it brings you to the computer um, part of your desktop, or basically your desktop, and then here you can just either click on files from your computer or your recent folders, or basically wherever you want to connect or whatever you want to back up, you select on that, and then that's how that goes. And then it will register here. As you can see, all these files are just by default what's on my Surface, and if I wanted to exclude something, then I would basically just tap on a folder, and then what it does is it brings me to again to the same desktop, and then all you have to do is remove the files that you don't want it to be backed up, and then that's pretty much it. And then all you have to do is when you are ready, you just simply click on the backup now, and then it will back up your computer. Now again, if you have a desktop, you can either leave your external hard drive and let it automatically do it on a daily basis. But say you have like a laptop or a Surface Go or any type of portable device, it's really up to you when you want to back it up. But it is good to at least do it at least once a week. That way, in case something happens to your computer that's catastrophic, you have a way of retrieving that information when you need to. And I'll drop a link in the description on how to actually do that when I finish this video. So again, this is how you were going to back up and how you would reformat your external hard drive to work with Windows. Again, this is a Black Opinion of the Apple Guy. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, that way you never miss content when I drop it. Just to give a quick heads up, I am at 242 subscribers. Once I reach my goal of 245, I will be doing a GoPro giveaway. Again, I am just 3 subscribers away from that, so stay tuned for that. And I do drop my videos once every other Thursday, so just to keep that in mind. So again, this is Black Opinion of the Apple Guy. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hit the thumbs up and